Okay, so tell me what feature do you find in these three series? What common feature, what common thing that you can observe in these three series? Let me ask from the very new student, Krisnika. You tell me what the common thing that you are finding in these three series. Can you tell? What's your name actually? Uh, Krisnika. Krisnika, tell me. Okay, Krisnika is not replying. Tell me. Okay, you have opened your mic. Chalo, ठीक है. Kristika is not replying. Ruba, you tell me what common thing that you are finding in these three series.
So in first it be plus 3 and second plus 4 and in third one minus 2.
Only that's
In
the
each.
good thing. That is plus three. Every the new term is, or every term is plus three more than the previous term. That you are
Yes.
seeing here, it is plus four more
4.
than the previous term. But when I ask in this way, that what common do you find? So you will say that all these three series has a unique common difference, common difference, unique. Please mute your mic if you are having any background noise behind you. So all these three series has a unique common difference for all of its consecutive terms. So like this is plus 3, then all the consecutive terms will have a difference of plus 3. If it is plus 4, then all the consecutive term will have a difference of plus 4. If minus 2, then all the consecutive difference will have minus 2. So now let's talk about the definition. The first term of all the series we will call the first term, and a first term, and we will denote it as first term, and we will denote it as A. Okay. Then the difference, this is unique for all the series. Here the first term is 1, here the first term is 5, here the first term is 10. And the common difference, unique common difference, which exists in every series, we'll call it as T, or any particular term like fifth term. Fifth term will be denoted as T5. First term will be denoted as T1, which is A only. Second term is T2. And similarly, the nth term, if you're putting it in open terminologies, nth term, we'll call it Tn. So the common difference thing can be told as Tn, any term, minus the previous term, Tn minus 1. Tn minus Tn minus 1, like the difference of two consecutive term will always be common difference. This is how we visualize it. Okay. So this visualization is important. Sometimes we ignore the representation, and that's why mathematics becomes difficult. So like we can put that in example. If Tn is fourth term, then T4 minus T3 will be the common difference. Then we can say T4 minus T2. What will be the value of these two? So it will be two time difference, because the first it was T4 minus T3, then T3 minus T. This will be two time difference. So this is how we can actually calculate all the questions or solve all the questions without using any formula. So first let's develop the concept of AP. Like if let me take an AP as I took a AP as 2, 5, 8, 11, and so on. So let's take this is the AP, and what I am saying is the first term is of course A, and which is 2. The second term, and of course, and here the common difference CD, or we can represent as D only, is 3 here. You can just see plus 3. Every term is being updated by plus 3. So the common difference is 3. So now we can observe that the second term will be 3 more than first term. That means in algebra form, we can write it will be D more than A plus D. So T3 will be 2 plus 3 and plus 1 more 3. Because every time it goes ahead with plus 3. So first term plus 2 times common difference, we got the third term. T4 is 2 plus 3 time common difference. It is A plus 3D. So if we will generalize it, what I can say, Tn is what? First term plus n minus 1d. So this actually is the first formula that you have got by simple generalizing the fact that every term has a common difference of plus 3 or d in algebraic form, and try to put that in word. What will be the tenth term? Tenth term will be 9 times common difference more than 9 times common difference more than first term. Common difference more than first term. That means first term is A and 9 time common difference is 9D. And you got the 10th term. So without remembering this formula, you can just visualize second term you are getting D more than the first term. Third term you are getting 2 times D more than the first term. Third term, so every term, like if I'll ask you, what will be the 25th term of this AP? So what you will do, you will take the first term 2, and then you will take 24 times common difference, which is 24 into 3, and you will add these two to get the uh, 25th term, which is 74. So this particular this AP, now we can find any term of this AP by this way. So is it clear to everyone now?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So for the same AP, just tell me what will be the ninth term. Just tell me ninth term without thinking of this
26.
formula. Without thinking of this formula, just visualize what will be the ninth term. So you know the first term is 2, and every time for the next term you will be adding 3 in it. So to get the ninth term, you need to add 8 time common difference to the first term. Is it okay? So now if I'll ask that for the same AP, the second question is for the same AP which started with 2 and the common difference is 5, sorry, common difference is 3. So 2, 5, 8, 11, and like this it is going ahead. And there is a term, let's say 80. So there are two questions arises, and of course three questions arises, but it will be two valid two question and one particular situation. That the first question is whether 80 lies on the series or not, or not. So if yes, you will have a different question. If no, you will have a different question. So the first question, because you are just saying that not every number is lucky enough to be in this series. If 11 is there, 12 will not be there in the series. So if 80 lies in this series, then you need to find 80 is which term? Like it is 24th, 25th, 28th, which term? And if 80 doesn't lie on the series, what number around, what numbers around 80 will lie on this series? Of course, there will be two number. One will be below 80 and one will be below 81. Sorry, 80, above 80. So if 80 is not lie, if 80 is not lying on the series, so we have actually three questions, but two at a time. If it is yes, then it will be these two questions will be valid. If it is no, then these two questions will be valid. So the first we need to identify what is the criteria to be a number, be on the series for a number. So what we see that for any number which is in series, it actually sometimes common difference away from the first term. So the second term is one common difference away from first term. The third term is two common difference away from the third term. The fourth term is three common difference. So that's why, that's how every term is sometimes common difference away from the first term. So in order to check whether 80 lies on this series or not, we need to check that 80 lies how much apart from first term. So we can see here that 80 is 78 away from the first terms. And if this 78 can be divided by 3, like if you can count in integer terms, that these number of 3 will make 78. So if it gets divided by 3, of course it's divided by 3, 26. So now we can say that 80 is 26 times common difference away from first terms. So this division automatically assures this division, a perfect division without remainder, perfect division ensures that 80 lies on this series. Am I clear enough? This shows 80's lies. This actually proves that 80 lies on the given series. Okay. And the second question, that if it is yes, then 80 is which term, that you can easily say that if 80 is 26 times away, 26 time common difference away from the first term, that says that
27.
80 is, of course, 27th term. So is it clear to everyone? Please tell.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kasis, you have written it rightly. So now I think everybody is clear that I can
Sir,
easily check. Yes, tell me.
sir, how is it the 27th term?
Because it is 26 times away from the common difference. So you saw that second term is one time away from common difference. Third term is two time away from common difference. Fourth term is 3 times common away from the constant. So first term is already there. And if it is 26 time away, then it must be 27th term. Okay, Rahul, did you get that?
No.
Oh, very good. Chalo, you'll get that. Let me ask the new examples, then you will get that. So I'll be asking the same questions for a different series. And for that part, we'll be switching the recording. I'll be pausing the recording because you might take time to solve. So let me write the series first. I have a series like 1, 6, 11, 16, 21. No, it's so obvious. No, let me change the series. It's not very difficult. 4, 9, not 9. 11, 18, 25, 32. This is a series. Of course, you can easily check that this is the common difference here is 7. So every new term is 7 away from the previous term. So now, and the first term, like I can write the terminology like A is 4 and B, which is common difference, is 7. Okay. So now, if I'll ask you that whether 145 lies on this series or not, whether 145 lies on this series or not, and if not, then I'll be asking that which are the number which lies on this series before and after 145. And if yes, then you can tell the which number term is 145 for this particular series. So let me pause the recording. What will be the two terms? Jagriti, Snehal, please tell.
So
So now
144.
I can see the remainder is 1 here. So if we'll remove 1 from this, so it will 140 by 7. And the next difference for the next term, the difference would be 147, which is also divisible by 7. So the number which is before 145 is 144, and after 145 is 7 more than this, which is 151. So sometimes what they do or what people do, they ask a different question, which is almost the same question. Which is the closest number to 145 which lies on this series? So the question is, which is the closest number which is the closest number which lies on the series to 145. So what will be the answer here? 144.
144.
Because this is the closest number. Okay. So you can easily check that which is the closest number. So Kasis, the numbers that you have written 140 and 147, these are not the number which will lie on this series. You need to add first term to these. So these can be the difference between the terms from the first term. But 144 kaise. So see the two terms which are around 145 is 144 and 151. The difference between first is 1 and the sixth, the closest one will be the 144. Erika, did you get that point? Okay. So now, since you understood this, let's find the sum of an AP. And of course, all the questions that you will find in AP, you can just do it without formula because you just saw that I did solve the important questions through logic only, and the logic is every term is sometimes common difference away from the first term. So now let's take a small AP. So like 2, 5, small AP with smaller common difference. 2, 5, 8, 11, 14. These are the term. And see, if there are 5 terms, then still it is in AP. If there are seven terms, then still it is in AP. And it can have more terms also. But when we are trying to find sum, if you must have to define for what number of terms you are finding the sum. So if I'll ask you, find the sum for first three terms. So what will you think here? You will think that these 3 terms in arithmetic progression, then average of these 3 terms will be the middle one, the value which lies in middle one. And the sum of average is same as sum of the numbers. So for first 3 terms, if you found the average, and how we can find the average? Like we took the first term and the third term and it divided it by 2. This is the average. And I multiplied it by the number of terms. So this is how I got sum of 3 terms. If I want to calculate sum of 9 terms, 9 terms of the same AP. So for 9 terms again, I will try to find the average, which is first term plus ninth term. I'm not writing the ninth term here. I'm just saying we can calculate. Of course, you know how to find ninth terms. Divided by 2 into 9. So this will be the average. And this will be the number of terms. So everybody know what is average. For average, you must have studied average before. And you know the sum of averages is equal to the sum of numbers. So we can visualize the same thing in a different way, as you know the first term and for the first 9 terms, average will be what? Fifth term. Average will be fifth term. So the for sum of 9 terms, you can calculate by multiplying 9 to the fifth terms. So since fifth term is the average, we'll multiply 9 with this fifth term and I can get the sum of 9 terms. So now, if I'll ask you, find the sum of 15 terms. First 15 terms, of course, yeah, I need to write first here. First 15 terms. So how will you visualize that? The average of first 15 term, which will be the what? Which term? Which term will be the average of first 15 terms?
Eighth term into 15.
Yes. The 8th term is the average here, and I'll multiply 15 here. So just you can see, I don't need to do it by formula. I can easily reach to the 8th term by finding 3 more terms, which is 17, 20, and 23. This is 8th term. I can just write the 8th term 23 and multiply it by 15. So this is how smart people do. But since there are very scarcity of smart people, So what smart people did, they made a formula for non-smart people. And every non-smart people then started looking for formula. So I need to take care of those unsmart people too. So I will try to find the formula for the same. So now I'll take the same example here. I know what I took. I took for the first ninth term, sum of first nine term, I took first term plus a plus ninth term, which is a plus 8d. This is the ninth term. This is first term, which is ninth term, divided by 2 into 9. This is how we did it. How we did try to define it. If you will generalize this, like if someone is asking sum of first n terms, which will be denoted as Sn. So we denote Sn as T1 plus T2 plus till nth term, Tn. What n may have any value more than n1. So if this is the symbol for sum of n terms, so I know I need to find the average, which is first term A, and nth term already you know A into n minus 1d, and we need to divide it by 2, and then we need to multiply it by n. So we will rewrite the same in this way. Sorry, it's not multiplication, a plus n minus 1d. So I'll rewrite the same, n by 2 I'll took away from the summation. Then a plus a is 2a, and plus n minus 1. Of course, then if there is a bracket inside, we need to make it a larger bracket or medium bracket. So I prefer large bracket only, t. So now we found the formula for people who are not very smart. Formula. So now you know that you don't have to actually use this formula. If you use this formula, your process of finding or your time for finding the sum, required sum, will be very uh, tedious and time taking. So now how I use our wisdom, which was based on average, to find a different set of questions which seems difficult by doing it through formula. Like, let's say the series is same 2, 5, 8, 11, 14. This is the series. And all of a sudden, somebody asked you, find the sum of terms 20th to 30th. Find the sum. So if we'll try to use formula here, what you'll be thinking, let's find the sum for all 30 terms. So S30. And then you will also find the sum for all 20 terms, and you'll find S20. And then you will differentiate the two to get the required answer. This is how you could have done, or you will be doing if you will not use your mind or brain here. If you are using your mind, you can easily check that from 20th to 30, total number of terms are 11. I'm writing it, but you don't have to actually write it. So total number of terms here for the same this series. You know, the series is this. I am writing here the TH term. 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30. And I know that these are 11 terms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for 11 terms, the average will be the middle vola term, 25th term. 25th term will be the average. And the sum of average will be the sum of the series for the arithmetic series. So now I will multiply 25th term by 11 to find the sum. So the use of formula here, which you could have done it 2 times to find the difference. It reduces to what? The 21st term. How you will find 21st term? You will find it by adding 24 time common difference into in 2. So the first term 2 plus 24 time common difference, which is 24 into 3. So this is how we found the 25th term. And then I multiply it by 11. So this is how you got the sum of 20th to 30th term. Sometimes you might not get exact middle term or average term. Like if I'll take the example that find the sum find the sum of first 10 terms. So you know for first 10 terms there is no middle term. But of course, if there is no middle term, then I know that fifth term and sixth term, middle of fifth term and sixth term will be my average. So if I'm seeing this series, I know the fifth term is 14 and the sixth term is 17. Then the middle value of this will be 15.5. So I got the average of the first 10 terms, and then I'll simply multiply it by 10. So this is how I can use or calculate the sum of any part, bracket, or type of the bracket of terms or part of terms, or find the sum of n number of terms. So these are the basic key skills that you can develop by using or experimenting with different series. Like you can think of for the same series, you can think of find the sum between fifth to 14th term. So you can find what would be the sum of this. You can also visualize it, and there is a special thing here. If I'm writing a AP in such a way that it starts from negative value, so -8, -6, -4, -2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So what do we see here? That the common difference is 2, the first term is -8. And if I want to calculate the sum of these, I can see the average lies in the middle, which is 0. And total number of terms, whatever it may be, total number of terms, it is n. I'm not counting it because 0 multiplied by anything is 0. It will always give you 0. So if any AP, like if I'm saying the a AP of 15 terms, like there is a question like an AP of 15 terms has sum 0. So that means that the first term, T1, T2, T2, T3, like this. If you are adding 15, T15, you are getting it 0. So one thing which I can definitely say for this case is the middle term of these 15 term, which is 8th term, T8 must be 0 because the sum of first 15 terms of any AP will be T8 yani ki middle term, which is average term, into 15. So if this is 0, then the middle term of this AP must be 0. Did you get the point here, everyone? So
Yes,
this
sir.
is very basic, or you can say this is the only concept that AP has. You can use the same concept, your same things in different way to solve any AP based question. So in our next class, you will be dealing with geometric progression. Next time, I'd be expecting that you must see some lectures before you come to the class of the same topic, GP, and then we will be continuing with geometric progression in next class. Okay.